Thank you so much, Rahul. You've always been a sweetheart when it comes to, talking about me and talking well about me. So I'm really honored about that. A very, very warm welcome to everyone. Good evening. My name is Shaurya, as Rahul just informed, and we are going to have this really interesting session. I don't want it to be something where I am talking and you're listening. That's just not my kind of thing.
Hello, Shaurya.
So, can you hear me? Hello? Hello? Can you hear me? Hello? Hello?
Ma'am, yes, ma'am, you're audible, ma'am.
Okay, cool, perfect. Just give me 1 second. Let me just also, along with this, keep seeing the chat because I want you guys to answer. So what I'll do is I'll keep the chat along with. I'm sorry for this delay. I just don't want that I am speaking and I can't see the chat. Yeah. So am I audible good enough, or is it still a problem? Can you hear me?
You're audible, Shaurya. Thank you.
Okay, perfect. Awesome. Okay, great. So engineering students, for those who do not know, I am an engineer myself. I'm a computer science engineer, but that is just my qualification. It in no ways indicates that I am an engineer or I'm a good engineer. In fact, I would like to say that it is only my qualification, and my natural instincts have always been, my natural talents have always been way beyond engineering. And I realized that in the very first year of my college that, I have taken up engineering and I love science, I love maths, but there is also something that I have, which is marketing, talking to people, communication, branding. I found these things really, really exciting. And I'm telling you all of this in the starting of the session because I know that a lot of engineers are confused and they do not know what they want to do after engineering, right? So if you relate to it, keep typing what you want to become. I want to see in the chat there, what is that one natural talent that you think you have? And if you do something in that area, you can achieve much more than becoming an engineer. If you have something in mind, please type it in the chat box so that I can see and I can understand what you have in your mind, right? And what is that natural talent that you want to build up upon and create a career out of that, right? So what happened was, I'll start with the story, which is that I realized that I'm good at other things and I love organizing events. I love co-curricular activities, and I was fortunate that my college supported all of that. They encouraged me to do what I was good at. So they understood that she's not the best engineer in the world, but she can be best at other things, and they pushed me towards it. Now, this becomes a very important part of an engineering college because in today's world, a lot of people take engineering as an option when they do not see any other doors open. When they have taken up non-medical or maths, physics, chemistry, these subjects in their high school, they do not know what to do after that. So engineering is a safe option. It is a professional course. If you do not figure out what you want to do with your life, you will get a placement as well, right? So it becomes a safe option. So earlier people used to do bachelor in arts when they were confused about what to do, right? That was a safe option because you could take up civil services after that. And that was like the highlight of anyone's career. But then people switched to engineering because that became the safer option. So my today's topic is going to be, how do you find out that one thing that you are brilliant at, right? That one thing that if you make your career around, you can definitely be much better than sitting as an engineer in some, IT company or some site and doing your work, maybe a civil engineer or a mechanical engineer or computer science or any engineering for that matter, right? So, somebody said my voice is not clear. Guys, can you please let me know if my voice is clear now? Because I don't want that the point does not come clearly and you do not understand what we're trying to talk about. So I would really want to know if my voice is clear enough for you to understand my point and what I'm trying to put forward. Can you please quickly type it in the chat section or unmute and tell me? Guys, unmute and tell me if you can hear me loud and clear. Please let me know.
Hello, Shaurya. This is Narendra.
Yeah, Rahul. Yeah.
So it is your voice is audible. It's a bit husky and somewhat not clear.
Okay.
So it's showing us that your network bandwidth is quite low.
Okay.
Please do check it once.
Sure. Sure. Thank you for that. Let me see. Let me see what's going wrong. Give me 1 second. I'm sorry for this interruption. Just give me 1 second.
Yeah, it's okay. And even you're not visible, Shaurya.
I'm not visible, really?
Yeah.
That's sad. I look pretty. Give me a minute, guys. I think I can fix this. Can you see me now and can you hear me better now? Some type of scratches coming. Yeah, okay. Rahul, is it better now? Can you hear me better now?
Your voice is still like that, Shaurya.
Or can you see me better now?
I can't see you.
What is this happening?
Sorry for the interruption, guys. The guest will be with us in a couple of minutes. We really apologize for this. Thank you.
Hello.
Ma'am, can you please unmute yourself? You're visible clearly. Can you please unmute yourself?
Hi.
Yes, ma'am. You're audible, ma'am, right now. Thank you so much, ma'am.
Okay, perfect. Perfect. And you can see me as well?
Yes, ma'am. You're visible, ma'am. You can please go ahead.
Okay, perfect. Just give me 1 second.
Sure, sure.
Okay. Perfect. So if I'm audible now and I'm visible now, I'll quickly tell you again what I was talking about. I was just saying that earlier, when somebody was unclear about what to do, they would usually take up Bachelor of Arts, BA, and then think of, going for psychology or going for civil services. But then came a more stable option because more colleges opened up and more opportunities were available in the market. So then engineering became that one thing which you could do before deciding what you actually wanted to do. So in that process of 4 years, you could find out what you were good at. And if you actually did find what you were good at, then you could pursue that. Or you had a safe option because you could also get a placement on campus, right? So it became a safe option. And I think that's a reason a lot of engineers later on do not end up being good engineers because they were trying to find their paths through. And I am one such engineer. I am a computer science engineer, but only by qualification. By no means am I pursuing it anymore in my life. But those 4 years, they gave me so much more than just that computer science degree because I could actually figure out what I was good at. So in today's session, I'm going to talk about in these 4 years, how do you find out what you're good at and how can you pursue it to make your dreams come true? So in your comment section in the chat, please let me know what is that one thing that you think you are brilliant at. That one thing that you think if you pursue, you would be able to do much better than becoming an engineer and getting a job in that field. So just keep typing in the chat box. What is that one thing that you think you're really good at? Okay, just ask yourself, and maybe we can, by the end of the session, discuss how you can materialize, those goals that you have for yourself. It could be anything. It could be as simple as I love to cook. It could be as simple as I love to talk to people. It could be as simple as I love online shopping. So whatever you think you are the best at, keep thinking and keep typing in the chat box, and we'll get back to that soon. Okay, so I'm going to tell you a very short story, but this will give you clarity about how to go about your dreams while you are in college, how to understand what you're good at if you are an engineer, but you are still figuring out if engineering is your thing or not. This is what you can do. So when I was in college, what I did was I looked around and found that a lot of people wanted to talk, right? They wanted to say, their feelings. They wanted to express their feelings, but there was nobody who wanted to listen. A lot of friends, would tell them that, you cry a lot and you always have a problem going on, and why don't we just go out and have a good meal or party and forget about the problems? But that is not a solution. So inside, I felt that I wanted to talk, and I could see other people who wanted to talk as well. So what I started doing was I started asking people to meet on Saturdays in a particular, cafe or restaurant somewhere. We used to decide our locations and we would meet every Saturday to discuss various agendas, right? So we talk about feelings, our parents, our goals, our visions, our purpose of life. We would talk about all of these things. So ultimately, I realized that people had so much to talk. In that one session, we were laughing, we were crying, we were sharing, we were expressing, and we were happy. So obviously, I wasn't charging anybody for this, right? But this was giving me happiness. Connecting with people, listening to them, this was giving me a lot of happiness. And then I had to think of something where I could convert this into a business idea and actually earn out of it as well. Because I know if I do it for all my life, I will be happy. Then came Two Hazy Circles, which Rahul did introduce while he was doing my introduction. He talked about Two Hazy Circles. That is what it is about. Two Hazy Circles is a platform where you can express yourself without any fears. It's as simple as that. So we do sessions for corporates, we do sessions for college students, we do sessions for schools. But the underlying thing is, how can you express without any fears, without any bounds? We converted it into a workshop format. We converted it into a subscription format where you register for 1 year and every month we have different topics. It became so interesting that people started opening up. So that one thing that I found about myself, which was I can make people talk. I connect with people. I love when people share their feelings. That one thing that gave me the business idea that I'm pursuing right now. Another thing, I always thought that people do not think that deeply, or they brush under their carpet their feelings, right? They do not address that elephant in the room, which is the problem they're facing. So how to get those feelings out and how to make them understand that what they are feeling inside is felt by others as well. How do you feel better about how you feel insecure, how you have troubles deciding your career, how you have trouble saying no to people or finding your life partners, your girlfriend, boyfriend problems, everything for that matter. How do you make people understand that you're not the only one facing it? And how to tell them that how they can solve it better. That's when I started my blog. The blog on Instagram is called Peeling the Onion. If you go and search Shaurya Munjal or Peeling the Onion on Instagram, you'll find what I do. I talk about perceptions, how you take a particular thing and perceive it, and how somebody else would take a particular thing and perceive it. This makes you a better person. Again, I'm telling you the story because I just took two terms, expression and perception, and made business out of it, right? So this is the beauty of knowing what you're good at. If you see my blog, you would understand that I talk from the heart so that it reaches hearts of all those people who are listening. That is what we do the best, right? We talk, we express, and there is a possibility of creating a business out of that too, right? So now I would like to understand from you guys, because I did not see a lot of comments. What do you think you are good at? What is that feeling that you get from inside that if I pursue something in this field, I will do a great job? What is it that you think makes you extraordinary? You are just not average in that thing, but above average in that particular thing. Somebody says music. Beautiful. Now, you have to think about what is that gap in the music industry that you want to fulfill. Do you think you don't get enough music that is made by local artists? Do you think that there is not enough music that depicts your culture? Do you think that, sometimes when I feel sad and I want a perfect playlist of sad songs, or I'm happy and I want a perfect playlist of happy music, do I find that somewhere? Yes, it's there on Spotify, it's there on Geo Music, but is it something that you relate to? If you think that it's not the case, then you have an opportunity. That is how you find opportunities. And that is what I've learned from my experience. Initially, I'm good at talking with others whom I don't know. Beautiful. We are alike, you know. We are alike. We're both good at talking to people whom we do not know. I'm talking to you guys and I feel as if I know you already because you're replying and I can immediately connect. Right? And somebody says, even me too. Beautiful. Amazing. So probably you can join me in my startup or create something that revolves around that. If you find a gap of how people cannot connect initially, so they have this hesitance when they're talking to new people, right? How many of you feel hesitant when you talk to new people? How many of you think that I do not know what to talk about and I don't have any topics to start when I'm in a conversation with a random person I haven't met before? How many of you think that you find that problem? Type it in the comment, the chat box. If you feel that you do not know how to start a conversation with a random person, you feel awkward, you feel uncomfortable, you don't know what to say, you lose out topics. Somebody says, I feel somewhat awkward, and me, and somebody says, never, great, no fear, awesome. For those who think that no fear and you don't feel a problem, that's great. But there are people in this chat, in this session itself, I feel free to talk, but not extended. Okay, perfect. So there are people in this session itself who probably would want to understand how you do it. All those people who's saying that, you know, we don't face a problem and we don't have any fear of talking to a random person. We can immediately start a conversation, right? You have your clients right here. Initially, they might not want to, I feel shy to talk to new persons. See, we have people who feel shy, who feel awkward, who feel uncomfortable. They might not want to pay initially for learning how to talk to new people, but it is on to you how you create that need, how you build that brand. If you tell them how they can benefit out of it and how important it is to talk to new people when you're in a meeting, when you go to a new place, it helps you adapt and adjust better. See, we have our USPs right here. That is how you should think, because engineering, my friends, is one beautiful course that makes you understand how to think. This is the blessing of being an engineer. You would always want to find a way out of things because that is how you've been taught. You've been taught problem solving, which is extremely, extremely important. So I'm not going to tell you that all of you become entrepreneurs. I'm going to tell you to pursue what you think you are above average in. And why is that? That is because that is the only thing that can keep you happy and sane when things are going south. So even if you have a job, take up a hobby. Take up something for your passion that can probably you can monetize later on if you want. You know, you can convert it into a business or just keep it as your passion, but do it. A very important point here is that we sometimes think that if we have enough money and if we have security in our life, we can be happy. I don't think there is anybody who did not feel sorry or who was not shocked to hear the news of, you know, late Sushant Singh Rajput, a beautiful actor, an amazing person, such a curious person, but he had it all and still couldn't be happy. And I'm not trying to use this use case to prove a point here. I'm just saying it because we relate to it. And this is a recent incident which showed us that money and stability and success are not the parameters that can make you happy. The only thing that can make you happy is when you do these things. Like I am happy right now. Probably you can see it on my face that talking to you guys gives me that happiness. Okay, coming to the next point. I'll tell you another story. So I'm going to business school, Symbiosis Institute of Business Management. A lot of you might even want to go there because that, that is a dream school for a lot of people, dream B school for a lot of people. And I was ecstatic. I was really happy that I got through, but I never wanted to do an MBA. I always wanted to start a business of my own, but my parents wanted me to do an MBA. So I did it anyway. And I went there with a business idea. I was pursuing a course called MBA in Innovation and Entrepreneurship, right? That's where I got to meet Narendra Rahul. So while I was pursuing that course, I had a brilliant idea in mind that could give me a lot of money, right? It was a business idea. I knew I could earn a lot through it. I was sure that it's going to be a success, right? And I talked to my faculty, talked to my mentors, and they were all very happy with the idea. But after 3 months into the course, I gave up on that idea. It's not giving me that happiness from inside. I did not want my driving force to be money. Because if my driving force was money, I did not feel that I was adding any value to anybody's life whom I was serving because I couldn't connect to it. Ultimately, what I wanted from that person was to pay me. Yes, I was solving a problem, but my motive, I was driven by money. And that just killed my vibe. So I started thinking of what I wanted to do. And again, coming back to Two Hazy Circles, I knew that I loved it in college when I used to have this group every Saturday, talk about their feelings, right? So I was like, let's monetize this. And then the workshop idea came up and I made a course out of it and everything. So I monetized it. The point here is that when you're driven by purpose, money follows. I have seen that with all the entrepreneurs you find around you. I've done case studies on it. I've done research on this because I wanted to understand how people simply open a factory or something just to earn money. And then I realized that this is why businessmen and entrepreneurs are different. We have different mindsets. Our need of doing something is different, right? So what we did was, what I planned to do was, I would always run by purpose. Money should be the byproduct. If I'm doing good, if I'm serving good to people, if I'm solving a problem, if I'm giving them a solution, if I'm giving them good workshops, they will pay me for it. And I will earn. But am I only doing it for money? No. During this pandemic, even before that, whatever money I was earning, I was sponsoring therapy of those clients of mine who could not afford therapy. I was not earning much, by the way, right? I was just earning enough to sustain. But even from that, I took out a chunk and I was sponsoring therapy for those people who needed therapy, who had anxiety issues, who had depression. Those were the people who had attended my workshops and I wanted to help them out. So I sponsored it for them because this is really expensive. Therapies are a lot of times very expensive, but that could only happen because money was not my driving factor. And this is how you build trust. This is how you stay happy. And this is how you find out what gives you true happiness. So while you're engineers, do not forget to find that one thing that brings the spark out from you, that makes you happy, that brightens your eyes and makes them twinkle and makes that smile go bigger. We need to find that one thing that makes you genuinely happy. You pursue it as a business, as a startup, you pursue it as a hobby, you pursue it as passion, you do it free of course, or you do a blog, to educate people about it, to spread awareness, to spread love, whatever you want to do. But make sure you find in these 4 years that one thing that genuinely makes you happy. Are you resonating with what I'm saying? If you can understand what I'm saying, and if you think I'm right, at least type yes or like a thumbs up or something in the chat box. Let us know if you're on the same page. And I want you to do one more thing before we end the session, which is very genuinely answer this question to me. Do you want to become an engineer because you are interested in engineering, because you're a passionate engineer, or because you did not know what else to do, or your parents forced you, or any other reason? If you are doing it because you want to become an engineer, type that in the comment, or you can just type one, your category one. The ones who've become engineers because they want to be engineers and they think that they'll be great engineers, type one. If you think you're in the other category, which is we are doing engineering but probably don't want to be engineers, or don't want jobs in it, right? Or you do not find yourself close enough to engineering, or you're looking for other options, or you did not join engineering because that was the thing you wanted to do, type 2. So I want to see 1 and 2 in the comments. And let's do it quickly. Let's do it quickly so that we know how many people want help. Okay, I'm seeing 2s here. We're not interested in engineering, okay. What about others, ma'am? What about others, as in? I didn't get your question. What about others, as in? Okay, so I'm seeing a lot of 2s here. For all those who are saying a 2, we can probably connect later after this session. You can follow 2 Hazy Circles, or you can follow me on Peeling the Onion on Instagram, and we can connect there and find that one thing that you're genuinely good at, right? We can do that one session. I'm not going to charge anybody anything. I'm saying it only because I understand how crucial this time is and how difficult it is to find that one thing that you're good at. That purpose, that thing that makes you happy, that thing that makes your eyes twinkle, it's difficult to find it. So because I was fortunate that I could spend time on myself and find that one thing, I want to help you guys find it too. So you can definitely reach out to me after the session and we can talk about what you're good at and we can figure it out, right? Any questions that you have, please type it in the chat box, or Rahul, if they're allowed to unmute, they can probably ask on the, on their screens. I really don't mind that. But if you want to type it in the chat box, go ahead and I'll answer any question that you might have. Okay, Insta ID. On Instagram, I'm by one ID is 2 Hazy Circles, TWO. Let me see if I can type it in the chat. Wait, yeah. 2 Hazy Circles and Peeling the Onion. Okay, so I've typed it in the comment, the chat box. I don't know why I say comment, probably because I'm an influencer. So I'm used to saying, please put it in the comment section below. But I'm really sorry, it's the chat box here. So in the chat box, I've mentioned my Instagram IDs. You can definitely connect. And that's where we can talk about it. Any other question that you have right now, please feel free to ask any question, any random question. Even if you think it's not worthy of asking, still ask. If you have it in your mind, just quickly ask before we have to switch to the next session. Let me answer your questions. How sweet. Thank you so much. How much time did it take to monetize your startup, and how did you build your target audience to believe that? Beautiful. What an amazing question. Thank you so much for asking that question. Very, very beautiful. Okay. So I'll tell you one thing. I registered my company that I received from my first clients. Okay. I'll tell you how. This is one thing that I really want to say before I go. You do not need money to start a business. You need an idea. Okay. So that initial, my audio is not clear. Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? Is it better now, guys? Hello?
Yes, ma'am, you're audible, ma'am.
Okay, perfect. So before I leave, I want to make this one thing clear, that money is not something, investment, as people say, hame investor chahiye, we need investment to start a startup. No, you do not need any of this. You just need an idea that you are convinced about. I'll tell you how to go about it. So I was doing workshops, right? And I put my workshop on a website. People registered, people paid, right? My first topic was interesting, so people were interested to know what I want to do. And when they paid me that money, I took 5,000 from that and registered my company. I hadn't registered a company before that. So from that 5,000, I registered the company, and I had 2,000 left because I think in the first session I earned somewhere around 7,000. That's it. So that 2,000 that was left, I had to distribute worksheets. I had to distribute, pens and papers and everything for people to do activities. So that stationery I purchased from that remaining 2,000 rupees, right? That is how I did my first session. So it was a no profit, no loss session, right? I also had to serve coffee to my participants. So the entire money went into the arrangements, but I did not put even a single penny from my pocket. I did not invest even a single penny into this. And when you talk about how did I gain trust of my clients, first thing was the first session that I did, I was lucky that I had people who were interested and who genuinely wanted to learn. After that, the session went well, and the word of mouth was what helped me gain trust. Because in something like this, when you're conducting workshops, when you're taking sessions, the only thing that works best is word of mouth. People who have experienced it, who have been through that journey. So they became my brand ambassadors. I took their testimonials, I started spreading the word, and this is how more people started trusting me and my brand. So any other question? Rahul, how much time do we have left? Can they ask another question?
Dear participants, kindly post your queries, or we can shift to the next session. The speaker is ready, Sharika ma'am.
Guys, any question you have, quickly ask, because Sharika is an amazing person, amazing orator, and she's also going to be the person who will speak from her heart, and you will love her. In fact, my closest friend, and you will see that she's one amazing woman. She'll definitely inspire you. So before I hand over the stage, the virtual stage, to Sharika, any question that you might have, quickly ask.